Good morning everyone, welcome back to our leveling series. Last we left off, we just completed the Stia region and I left you guys sort of on a cliffhanger saying that I needed to get to level 70 before I could upgrade all of my gear. Well, I'm happy to announce that I have hit level 70, so I am going to be showing you all of the augments I'm going to be using as well as my armors and weapons. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. Alright, just like I said in yesterday's video, we are actually going to come to the architectural person over here, and we're going to go to the exchange genesis points. We're going to scroll all the way to the very bottom, pick up our 5 Aegis Integras, and pick up our 3 Ajax Armors. As you can see over here, it's going to cost us 950 Genesis points, but if you did her quest, you get like 60,000, so you're going to have plenty of that. The next thing is going to be a bunch of capsules over here. So we're actually going to purchase all the capsules that we need over here since they only cost 50 Genesis points each. Now you don't have to buy it here because these capsules are very inexpensive on the player market if you need them. The majority of them are going to be 1,000 Meseta on the market. However, since we're still progressing through the story, we are a little bit strapped for cash, so we don't really want to spend our Meseta if we can save a little bit. So we are going to buy all 20 of the Might 4s since I am a melee class and thus I need melee weapon potency. However, if you're playing a range class, then you want to use precision, and if you're playing a technique class, then you want to pick up technique 4. Alright, we're going to be skipping deafness 4, we don't need this. Then next up is the soul. So for me, I'm going to be picking up freed soul 4. Again, I'm going to buy 20. Again, if you're ranged, you pick up the blue one over here, and if you're technique, you pick up the yellow one over here. You can just look at the color of the capsule, and that's pretty much the super easy indicator to know what type of stat it increases. Orange is going to be melee, blue is range, and yellow is technique. And last but not least, we are also going to buy Dreadkeeper 4. Dreadkeeper 4 is a defensive capsule. As you can see, the color is green. The reason for this is because Dreadkeeper doesn't directly influence any type of potency in particular. It just gives you a lot of survivability, a lot of photon power, and also increases your potency floor increase and damage resistance. Now you can see I can only buy 19 because I did buy one on my ship 2 character for another video and an example, but you're going to buy 20. And last but not least, you've got Alt Secreta 4 over here. We're going to buy all 20. So that's going to add up to another 6,000 points. Again, it's 5,900 for me because I can only buy 19 Dreadkeeper 4s. Keep in mind, this shop does not reset weekly. This shop actually resets monthly. So every single month you can come back here and you can buy out all these things again if you need it. Now another thing is going to be the minerals as well. Hopefully you guys have been going around in the open world exploring and collecting all the minerals. Again, I've linked the interactive map in the description below if you're looking for a very specific type of mineral. But if you don't have any minerals and you're very lazy, you can purchase 200 of each mineral over here. So I do recommend everyone to buy all of these minerals regardless. Alright, now that we've got our Ajax armors, let's equip them. As you can see over here, it's -8 defense. However, you can see on the stat sheet here, it's actually increasing all of our stats across the board much more. So the reason why we're losing 8 defense is because these armors are actually enhanced to plus 39. But don't worry, once we enhance our Ajax armors, it's going to be far superior than the beginner armors, obviously. So there we go, we have our 3 Ajax armors equipped. As you can see, our battle power has increased significantly, but more importantly is we need to go pick up our weapon. So we're going to head over here, and once we arrive at the item trader Travis, we're going to talk to him, go to Aegis Integra Exchange, and we're going to scroll down to our katana right here. Remember the 5 Aegis Integras we just picked up? We can now exchange those to get this katana, and we're going to confirm. Now that we have this katana, we're simply going to equip it. And once we put that on, you can see we get a massive increase of 196 damage. And this is versus a katana that's enhanced to level 50 already. So we're simply going to equip that. And the very next thing we need to do is, of course, we need to enhance everything. So we're going to head over here to the item lab. Once we get to the item lab, we are going to go to item enhance. So the very first thing we need to place priority is our weapon. Our armors can wait, our weapon is #1 priority. We're going to click on our weapon and we're going to feed our Neo A weapon all of the Golden Prim Swords plus 30 that we got throughout the story. As you can see, it will cost a little bit of end grinders as well as 25,000 Meseta. So we're going to click confirm. Over here, if you have any boosters, feel free to use them in order to get a great success. A great success will almost double the amount of extra EXP you gain. So for example, if I put a 100%, it actually boosts the weapon enhancement all the way to 50. Even though if I don't use it, it actually only goes to 33. So if you do have any of these enhancement success rate boosters, feel free to use them. They are not that rare at all. So in my case, I'm just going to be using the 100% to save myself a little bit of meseta. However, if you don't have a 100% booster, don't worry about it. Just feed it again with another 5 golden prim swords and it will get to plus 50. All right. So I'm going to click yes. And you can see right here, great success, enhancement level 0 to 50. And I've unlocked additional augment slots from 2 slots to 5 slots. Once that is complete, we are going to go to unlock potential over here and again find our Neo A weapon. Once we find it over here, you're going to see in order to unlock our flowing spring unit level 1, it's going to increase our potency by 26%, give us photon blast gauge charge when attacking by 25%, and PP consumption reduced by 15% for 90 seconds after using a photon blast. This is incredibly powerful. However, there's something that you need to keep note of. This is going to cost us 80,000 meseta and a bunch of minerals. So I hope you guys have been collecting your minerals. If you don't have the minerals, don't worry, just go back to the architect shop that we were just at and purchase all 200 of those minerals so you have enough. And hopefully you have enough meseta. If you don't, go collect your valuables. Over here, as you can see, you're going to limit break it. We're not going to use any potential support items. Those are whale items. They're very expensive on the player market. And yeah, they're not worth it unless you can get one for really, really cheap. So in our case, we're simply just going to click yes. And voila, our Neo A katana now has flowing spring unit level 1. Now, unfortunately, in order to get to level 2, we are going to need 160,000 meseta, which we don't have. So we're not going to go to level 2 yet. We're going to stay on level 1 until we build a little bit more meseta so that we can afford these upgrades later down the line, because the rest of our meseta is going to be needed for our armors. So again, we're going to head over to item enhancement, and this time we're going to be enhancing our Ajax armors. So you're going to click on your Ajax armors, and again, you've got your golden prim armors over here. So you're going to try to feed 5. Now, unfortunately, I don't have enough money, so I'm gonna go collect my valuables and I'll be right back. And we are back after collecting our valuables as well as doing a couple weeklies, which net us a little bit more meseta. Remember, your weeklies is a big source of meseta as well as your dailies, so make sure to prioritize your weeklies and dailies as they are an important source of meseta. So once you have that, we're simply going to confirm. Again, if you have a 100% booster, you can do it and you can get it all the way to plus 50. I'm going to do it because I do have these boosters. So again, it's going to be a great success. Oh, we actually completed Guidance Quest, which we got all the way back in Retem, which was to get an armor to level 50. But yeah, sure, we get a little bit of EXP. So we're going to do the same thing with all of our Ajax armors. So again, I'm just going to click on all of these. And oh, look at that. I don't have a 100% booster anymore. But don't worry, I'm just going to use a 30% booster. So that gives me a 40% chance of getting a great success. And if we get it, we get it. If we don't, it's not a big deal. We got it. Very lucky. And now we've got to upgrade our last Ajax armor over here. So let's pop 3 of these in again, or 5 of them actually, and then use our 30% success rate. And let's hope that we hit the great success. No, we don't hit the great success. It's not a big deal. If you don't hit the great success, you're just going to fill it up again with another 5. Now you could save a little bit on the last one because as you can see, it goes to 49 and it's just a sliver of EXP needed. So we can actually just use a silver prim armor, and that way you save one of these golden prim armors for something else later down the line if you do decide to enhance a different piece of armor. So we can do this, and we're going to do confirm. And voila, it's also enhanced to plus 50 now. So as you can see, all 3 of our Ajax armors are enhanced to level 50. And just like that, we actually increase our battle power by 200. Now, if you want to continue on with the story on Battle of Halphia Lake, you should be set with this much battle power. However, let's overkill it a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to augment our armors. So we can head over here to our Ajax armor. You can see we have 5 slots. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put the Might 4 that we just got, the Alt Secreto we got, the Dreadkeeper 4 we got, as well as the Freed Soul. So you can see over here, there are 4 different capsules. Now, what you can also do is go to your material storage and see if there's any other capsules you want to add. So in my case, I'm just going to put Stamina 3 just to get a little bit more HP to make my life a little easier. Now, of course, the 5th augment over here is fully optional. It's really up to you on whatever you want to put in here, but I do recommend putting these 4 first because these 4 are powerful capsules. As you can see, they are level 4 capsules. And then the last slot is if you have any level 4 capsules that you can put in, feel free to put it in, but I don't. I only have level 3 capsules, so I'm just going to put in a Stamina 3. But once you click confirm over here, you're going to click on all the different stats that you want to put in. And once that's done, you're going to click on start a fixed augment. And over here, you're going to notice that you are going to need to gamble a little bit, because as you can see, Stamina 3 has a 90% success rate, Might 4 has an 80%, Freed Soul has an 80%, Ultra 4 and Dreadkeeper 4 have a 70%. So if you have any success boosters, for example, I can put a 10% booster in order to boost my rates a little bit higher. However, if you don't, then you're going to need to gamble. But we're going to click yes, and we're going to pray that they all success. And we got very lucky, and all of them stuck onto the armor. Very good. So now you can see that this piece of armor actually gives us 100 HP, 20 photon power, as well as 12.5% melee potency, which is very powerful. Now let's try our luck on the second piece of armor. Again, we're going to put the Might 4s, the Ultra Cretas, the Dreadkeeper, as well as the Freed Soul 4. Then again, we're going to go to my material storage, and I'm going to find Stamina 3, and sure, let's throw that in as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this time I don't have any more success boosters, so we are gonna gamble. You may have noticed my Dreadkeeper 4's percentage is not 70% and is actually 63%. The reason for this is because I only had 9 capsules instead of 10. So we are gonna have to gamble, and let's just hope some of them stick. And unfortunately, the Stamina 3 failed, but everything else was a success. This is incredibly lucky, because Stamina 3, we have plenty of these. We can actually circle back again with this Ajax armor and go to our material storage. Stamina 3, we can try it again. We can put another 10 capsules. So as you can see over here, since these capsules earlier were a success, it is now a 100% chance to stick onto the armor because it's already on the armor. So all we need to gamble is actually the Stamina 3. So as you can see over here, augment selection, only Stamina 3 has a 90% chance, everything else is 100%. So again, we're gonna do this, and let's try our luck again. And voila, perfect, there's no problems here. So now we actually ran out of all the level 4 capsules, so we can't actually augment our last armor with any of the good augments because we don't have any level 4 augments anymore. But you can see just from those augments alone, we increased our battle power by another 130. And now we're definitely gonna have a very easy time on the Battle of Halphia Lake. Alright, with all of our gear in check and our battle power increased by almost 400, we are ready for the battle at Halphia Lake. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge, a little bit intense, but it's one of my most favorite fights, so please enjoy it. Alright, so you just finished that epic battle, you've been continuing on with the main storyline, and you are stuck on this quest right now, a mysterious girl. So this quest actually requires you to go back to Kavaris. However, the waypoint is a little bit iffy because it's actually underground. So how are we going to actually get here really quickly? We're actually going to teleport to Mount Ihana East over here, and once we arrive here, we're immediately going to turn to our right a little bit, and we're going to run across. There's actually going to be a loading screen which we're going to run through, and you're going to see there's going to be a loading screen or a little wall that we pass through. Yep, we just passed through South Kavaris. Now we are loading into South Kavaris, and you can see that there is this little cave over here, and we're simply just going to run through this cave, and that's how you get there. Now keep in mind there are a bunch of red boxes in this cave actually, and a bunch of minerals, so you know, make sure to pick up all the minerals and stuff, because these are very useful. You're going to need some of these for enhancing and limit breaking and weapon potential upgrading and all of that stuff, so it doesn't hurt to pick up all of these minerals. Remember, all of these minerals do reset or respawn at daily reset every single day as well, so it's not that hard to collect a bunch of minerals. Alright, once you finish that cutscene, you can talk to Aina over here to go to Leciel, which is a thing that's floating in the sky. Alright, now that I'm at Leciel, I'm simply just gonna follow the waypoint and do whatever the quest tells me to do, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. And now it is time for the epic last battle against Zephetto. So this boss is literally a fusion of all of the different bosses you fought before in Alio or in Halphia. So it's the Alio boss, there is the Retem boss, the Kavaris boss, as well as the Sia bosses, all mixed together, alright? So you just really need to watch his attacks and get used to it and be a little bit careful, especially about his AoE attacks. But as a Braver, it's not that bad. I kind of just stick really close to him. Now, another thing that's going to be in your advantage is your level. You're going to be level 74, and the boss is level 60. So you don't really need to worry about defenses too much. You can see, I'm going to stand, so I'm just going to let him hit me. You can see he's hitting me for like 38 damage, 42 damage. It's not that big of a deal, so you don't need to worry too much about defenses. You can go pretty offensive onto the boss and just beat him up. So I'll catch you guys right after this boss fight. And congratulations, you have just defeated Zephetto, so it's going to tell you to go to Aleo Town Ruins. It's where we actually started the game. So it's all the way in Aleo on the bottom left. You're going to teleport over here. This is actually the Aleo Town Ruins waypoint. And then we're going to glide over to that cliff face. So now I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably a little bit confused after you saw the credits roll and you're like, wait a second, have I just beaten NGS? Sort of, not really. What you've done is you've completed the mid game of NGS. We are now entering the quote-unquote end game. And what does that mean? It simply means we're going to be doing a lot of grinding to max out our gear, to augment our gear, to get our battle power much higher. So as we can see, my armor over here is enhancement level 50. We're going to try to get this to enhancement level 70 on all 3 pieces. We're going to try to get all of our augments. There's actually going to be 6 augment slots when we get our armors to plus 61. We're also going to get our weapon to enhancement level 70. We're going to upgrade our weapon potential to as high as possible. And of course, we're going to unlock 6 augment slots and fully augment it. So now's the part where things get a little bit more tedious because you are going to need to grind for all the capsules. You need to grind for the Meseta. You're going to need to grind for all the minerals and materials needed to limit break and enhance all of your gear. So this is where things slow down significantly. The main storyline was a very nice way to accelerate your leveling process as well as just give you a ton of free gear so that you could progress through everything very smoothly without any grinding, which was very, very nice. But now we don't have the game to hold our hand anymore, so we are going to need to grind out all of these different capsules and obtain all these different things. But yeah, congratulations, you are now level 75, the max level in the game. You caught up to everyone, you have access to all of the current content now, and your battle power is relatively okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. You know, it's manageable, it's passable. Obviously, in the next video, we will be talking about how to get it to a more standardized level so that everyone is going to be like, okay, you're not leeching, you're pulling your own weight, because we don't want to be a leech.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!